Hello, friends. Welcome to Communication Skills for Everyone. If you are watching this channel first time, please subscribe and also share among your friends. In this video, let us learn the short story by R.K. Narayan, Like the Sun. So, about the author R.K. Narayan, Rashipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayana Swamy, commonly known as R.K. Narayan, was one of the most celebrated Indian writers in English. He is best known for his simple yet profound storytelling that captures the essence of everyday life in India. His works often revolve around the fictional town of Malgudi, a setting that provides a rich backdrop for his exploration of Indian traditions, social norms, and human emotions. Narayan's writing style is marked by gentle humor, irony, and deep insight into human nature. His famous novels include Swami and Friends, The Bachelors of Arts, The English Teacher, and The Guide. The Guide also won a Sahitya Akademi Award in 1960. This was also later adapted into a film. In his short stories, Narayan frequently portrays the moral dilemmas faced by ordinary individuals, presenting them in a way that is both relatable and thought provoking. Like the Sun is one such short story that explores the power of truth and the consequences of complete honesty. Through a simple yet compelling narrative, Narayan raises fundamental questions about the nature of truth, morality, and the fine balance between honesty and diplomacy. Let us look at the flat overview. This short story revolves around Shaker, a school teacher who decides to experiment with absolute honesty for a single day. Inspired by his belief that truth, like the sun, is essential yet blinding, he commits to speaking nothing but the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be for himself or others. Throughout the day, Shaker encounters several situations where he must choose between socially acceptable politeness and blunt honesty. His unwavering commitment to truthfulness leads to awkward and even unpleasant consequences, culminating in a particularly difficult test when his headmaster asks for his opinion on his singing. The story ultimately explores whether complete honesty is practical or if it should be tampered with a tact and consideration. Let us look at the summary of this one. Shaker, the protagonist, begins his day with a resolution. He will speak only the truth, no matter what the consequences. He firmly believes that truth, much like the sun, is something that cannot be directly confronted without discomfort. However, he is determined to see if it is possible to live an entire day without uttering a single lie or sugarcoating his words. So, in the morning, breakfast with his wife. The first test of his resolution comes early in the morning when his wife serves him breakfast. She expects the usual polite response, perhaps a word of appreciation. However, sticking to his principle, Shaker bluntly tells her that the food is not tasty. His wife is visibly shocked and hurt by his unexpected honesty. This seemingly minor incident sets the tone for the rest of his day, highlighting the potential social cost of brutal truthfulness. Next, at work, conversation with a colleague. So later at school, Shaker is approached by a colleague who speaks about the recent death of mutual acquaintance. The colleague expects Shaker to offer the customary words of sympathy. However, true to his resolution, Shaker admits that he never really liked the deceased person. His colleague is taken aback, clearly unsettled by Shaker's unusual candor. This moment emphasizes how social conventions often demand diplomatic responses rather than blunt truthfulness. So, next, the climax of the story occurs when Shaker is summoned by the headmaster, a man of authority and influence. The headmaster, who considers himself a talented singer, invited Shekhar to his home and performs for him. After enduring an apologizing long singing session, Shekhar faces a difficult dilemma. Should he be honest and risk offending his superior, or should he lie to maintain good relations? In keeping with his commitment to truth, Shaker tells the headmaster that his singing is terrible. This revelation stuns the headmaster, who is clearly displeased but doesn't react immediately. However, the true consequence of Shaker's honesty becomes apparent the next day. So the consequence is, the morning after Shaker's brutally honest feedback, he arrives at school only to find that the headmaster has assigned him an urgent and overwhelming task to grade 100 test papers overnight. Shaker realizes that this is not a mere coincidence, but rather a subtle form of punishment for his honesty. As he faces his exhausting task, Shaker begins to question whether complete honesty is truly worth the trouble. He understands that while truth is noble, it often comes at a cost, and people may not always be prepared to accept it. So, the themes in the story: first one, the nature of truth. The central theme of the story revolves around the power and consequences of truth. Shaker's comparison of truth to the sun is significant. It is essential for life, but also blinding and painful if confronted directly. The story raises the questions: is it always necessary or beneficial to speak the truth, regardless of circumstances? The second one. So, Shaker's interactions throughout the day illustrates how brutal honesty can lead to conflict, discomfort, and even punishment. While society values truth in principle, it often prefers diplomatic or confronting falsehoods over harsh realities. The negative reactions of his wife, colleague, and headmaster demonstrate how unfiltered truth can disrupt relationships and social harmony. So, moral dilemma and the complexity of human behavior. The story also presents a classic moral dilemmas. Should one always be truthful, or should truth be tampered with tact and consideration? Shaker's experience highlights the complexity of human nature, showing that people may claim to value honesty but are often unprepared to face it. So, irony and satire. When we look at this, Narayana implies irony to critique social hypocrisy. The headmaster, for example, explicitly asks for honest feedback, yet punishes Seeker when he provides it. The ironic twist bit underscores the gap between that what people say they want and what they actually desire. So, the power. The story also touches on the theme of power dynamics. Shaker's honesty places him in a vulnerable position, especially when dealing with figures of authority like the headmaster. The subtle revenge taken by the headmaster through the overwhelming grading assignment reveals how those in power may retaliate against those who challenge them in with the truth. So, in the conclusion, Like the Sun is a profound and thought provoking story that explores the delicate balance between truth and social harmony. Through Shaker's experiences, Arcane Narayan challenges the reader to consider whether complete honesty is always the best policy. The story effectively illustrates that while truth is an ideal to strive for, it can also be harsh, disruptive, and even dangerous in certain situations. Shaker's final realization that truth comes with consequences serves as a reminder that in the real world, honesty must often be tempered with wisdom and discretion. Narayan's storytelling, marked by and human irony and sharp social commentary, makes Like the Sun a compelling exploration of human nature, moral dilemmas, and unavoidable tensions between truth and diplomacy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe Communication Skills for Everyone for more academic and educational videos.